Hey guys. Hey. Hi, I'm Ed. This is Trace Complete, and we are hosting the Giant Bomb Fighting Game Community Tekken 7 bi-weekly. Number 8. Yes, number 8. Let me just get my face off the screen, and we will explain what's going on, and we will hop right into the stuff. Cool. So, for those who have been here before, which is probably most of us, yeah, you're familiar with this, but I'll go through it real quick, just so everyone's on the same page. The Tekken 7 tournament for Giant Bomb's fighting game community. Entrants should be members of the Giant Bomb community and the GB Fighting Games general channel on Discord. PC only for now and forever. Headshaker, aka Technician, is our defending champion. We've had him around for, well, some of us would say entirely too long, but he keeps winning, so he keeps showing up. Anyway, we run a double elimination tournament, first to 2. Winners, losers, grand finals are first to 3. And if you'll excuse me, because I have way too many things going on, I will start up that lobby and we can get going with our first match, which will be Angry Zooman and Tom Sinister. So let me bring that up real quick. So yeah, normally it would be Mr. VectorSpecter doing all this. But he and a couple other of our locals are busy this evening. So I think let me just kick it back over to the other one real quick, because you guys don't need to see this bit. You guys can go. Actually, never mind. It'll only take a sec. Whatever. I'm sure you'll all just notice my entire friends list just blowing up. Cool. So here we go with our first match. I have to time out, so it's going to be a second. And hopefully, Angry Zooman. There we go. Tekken lobbies are great things, aren't they? Alrighty. So once they tap in, we'll get going. Alright. So the 2 buys this week, I would bring that back up, but frankly I don't want to breathe on anything. The 2 buys this week are Headshaker and Lightning into the second round. We have 6 people this time around. Headshaker was chosen as a buy as Mr. Champion Man. Lightning got it through a randomization. Oop. Better hide those numbers. They're not ready yet. All right. And here we go. Katarina against Heihachi. I've played Tom's Heihachi a couple times. He plays at my Boston local, and he is a new member of our Discord. And he's really frustrating. So let's see what happens. Whoop. Those are awkwardly placed. I apologize. Give me one quick second to fix that whole mess. Alright, so 1-1 so far. Shows what I get for YOLOing these. But we will do this on the fly, because we're cool. Well, never mind. I'll poke with that in the break. But Katarina takes the first one. Alrighty. Angry Zoo-Man. Going up 1-0 over Tom Sinister. And as we get going, I'm pretty sure we should see some fun stuff. Tech's been on a roll. He housed me repeatedly last night, and to be fair, housed everyone else. And lightning is always a perpetual problem. Varn has given me fits in the past. Should be a good time. There we go. Alright, so just as a reminder, we are at 1-0 Katarina, Angry Zoo-Man. Once I get a little bit of this taken care of, we should be able to dig in a little bit more. I'm just trying to fix a minor technical issue over here. But I think this is pretty self-explanatory. His Katarina unloads a frankly shocking amount of damage. It's the first time I really played against one in earnest the other day. And, yeah, can rack it up pretty quick. Everyone knows that Heihachi can do the same, but I've always been surprised by how few people actually play Heihachi. How few people actually play Heihachi online, at least at these ranks. You know, the blues, the greens, and the yellows. But Tom and I actually had a conversation about that last time where he, in his own words, he picked Heihachi specifically because of the execution difficulty. And that low sweep seems to get everybody that's been playing Angry Zoo-Man. I think he hit me with it 3 times in a round last night. And Harrier is something to deal with. You can reliably jab through it. I had a little bit of luck with that last night, but when we were talking about it, it was a little bit more of a theoretical counter to Harrier than anything else. But if you see it, you can sit on it. All right. Walls are probably not a place to be. That's some trenchant commentary for you. Right on, and Tom evens it up at 1 apiece. Tom needs the matchup knowledge. He probably knows the matchup better than me. I don't run into too many Heihachis or too many Katarinas, but if you need somebody to opine on King, oh God, I see all of them. Kings and Jins. It's a weird life I lead. So, Tom says he has literally never played Cat before, and that kind of blows my mind. Could have sworn we at least had one at locals last week, but I guess it's the luck of the draw when if you run into them. So here we go with the rubber game of our first set in our first round. And here we go. I am thinking, given that we have a smaller tournament than usual, that it might make sense for us to just do the losers on stream as well. But we'll see. We'll see what the time looks after the first winners round. See if that makes sense. It'll only be 4 sets. And since we normally have something like we normally have 8 or 10 folks, we tend to have a little bit more of a full winners bracket. But some of them are at their actual locals this fine evening. We miss you, Mr. VectorSpecter. We miss you. And I guess we miss Soren too, but I'm not gonna think that guy. Yeah, he doesn't need to think we like him or anything. Keep that one between us. Right on. So we are off to a start that I guess one could call a tiny bit YOLO. And I realize I tend to talk about this like it's a golf tournament because, I mean, why not? One thing about the Tekken lobbies that's always, like you crouch dashed in for an electric and ate it. But one thing about these lobbies that's always a little annoying is that it tends to flip player sides. So you have to remember, oh, right. Heihachi's on the right this time. And Tom seems to favor that. I think that's his up forward 3 out of run, but I can't remember which one. But the jump kick seems to be getting blocked pretty regularly, though. And there's some of that electric. Right on. In the corner, not too many places to go. And that's what we get. That sweep, though. Jeez. The joke is that you can hit 4 every time with Cat, but no, I think I see at least a few 1s, a few 2s. Finally had a chance to sit on that sweep. And Tom made Zooman pay. I do wonder about exactly how angry this Zooman is, but yeah. Oh, and there's the juggle, and there's the KO. Alrighty. And Tom is on the edge of moving to the next round. Alright. Sorry about that. Had to check, make sure we weren't dealing with any frame drop or anything, but everything looks good. All right. Oh, he can just put out so much damage so quick, but not enough to punch back out of that hole. And we are down to the last round of the last match. Winner goes on to play against Headshaker. Loser gets to try to climb back out in the dreaded loser bracket. Oh, there's the sweep, and that will do it. Okay. Zoo heads on. Tom hops down into the loser's bracket, and we we'll get on to our next game. So I mercilessly kick people out of the game. And let me go grab Mr. Varn, who will be playing against some guy called A Fashionable Hat. Weird. I'm not sure I actually have Varn on my friends list. Hope I do. Otherwise, this is going to be a really awkward thing. Doesn't look like I do. I'll have to grab him real quick. One moment. Cool. So there we go. There we go. And now I should be able to get this train wreck a-rolling. Awesome. So I haven't had a chance to play today, so I'm probably going to be just a little bit rusty. But we'll see how it goes, right? Angry Zoo Man. I have 2 tricks in my sleeve. 4s and more 4s. And this is just after I was saying, he's got some other things, a 1 or a 2. I think I'm going to go with the old standby for a costume. Got to save the deer for later, though. A couple more people popping it. Hope everyone's night's going well. This is, as that nice little title says, the Giant Bomb Tekken 7 tournament, number 8. Which means we've had like 7 before that. And that's before Vector started doing, after Vector started doing them. So there were a couple more before that, I guess. But that goes back into the mists of time, and I can't possibly remember that far. Those are the days before Tekken Bowl. And those were dark days. Awesome. So here we go. If it would sync. That would be nice. Alrighty. Okay. That is certainly a costume. So that particular chop is kind of dangerous. Just because I invariably will over-rely on it. Alright. That jump kick is a little deceptive on the get-up, I have found. Oh. For some reason, that Josie launcher always gets me. Probably shouldn't tell him that while I'm playing him, but, you know. No. Too many things to do out of that forward one chop because it puts me into right foot forward, and then I can do all sorts of stuff. That one was a little bit of a guess, but Josie players like rolling forward like that. Oh. Rude. Alrighty, that's one down. And we will hop into the next. Alright. What should we go with? Oh, why not? Get some class up in here, he said, waiting to play against Lightning in his dapper geese suits, if we make it that far. Or Headshaker's frilly dress things. This is the Tekken fashion game has perhaps gotten better than the actual fighting. So we're going to have to see. Gotta find my chi. I left it in my other pants. I only recently started actually using I think it's what? Right round kick, I think it's called. Something like that. Oh, that was filthy. Nicely done. But that right round kick seems to have like every property in the game except except it's a high. Oh. Didn't think that would go through my turn punch. Oh, dang, thought I blocked that one. Must have rattled myself. Nicely done. Guess I'm getting predictable on that. There we go. Just gotta get back in the flow. That was a little bit odd. Oh, no, I forgot that Varn is the man of the YOLO rage art. But I can do that too. And crawl back out of the coffin. Yes, the air raids. The traditional Ed round ender. Oh no. Don't be doing that. Oh no. Why do I always try to punch out of things? Oh, alright. Start spamming 1133 when my life is in danger. But good games. Good games, man. Oh. Actually, I think we can we're not going to have finished up. So I'm going to drop Vam from the session. And we will get some new blood in here. Alright. Mr. Headshaker, come on down. Mr. Zooman, hey, you two are up. So, here we go. Pardon me while I get some scores in here. Boom. Mr. Zooman, where are you? This lonely country turns its eyes to you, or something. Aha, I see that man typing. Should be good in a second. Oh, the legendary, positively legendary Tekken lobby system decides to rear its ugly head again. Here we go, hopefully. Awesome. So yeah, Headshaker is now won, I think, I don't know, the last 4 of the last 5, something like that. Which is occasionally a frustrating experience if you're on the other end of it. Not that I've lost to him in, like... not that I have dropped 2 sets in the grand finals against that guy. So it's a fun time. But the one that he missed was, I think, a Christmas one that he decided not to participate in. So, you know, that's how it goes. We haven't seen Norre, who won that one, hop back in, but I'm sure he will show up at some point. So here we go with Headshaker, a.k.a. Technician. Just in case I start saying, oh no, Tech, oh no. I don't want anyone to be confused. And Angry Zooman. So there might be a day, sometime in the far future, where Headshaker does not exclusively play Lily. I don't know what that day will be, but I assume it will happen. He's going to get bored at some point, right? Sure, I've played Hwoarang for the last 20 years, but, I mean, he's good at this game. He can play someone else, right? It ain't gonna happen, but you know how it goes. Abandoned Temple, nice big stage, should be plenty of room to kick each other square across the map. Oh. That particular move, the low kick into the unblockable knockback mid, is one of the ones that haunts me in my nightmares. That hits me every time. It's like, oh, that's a really obvious one. I can just let that low hit me, and then, oh, right, the mid's going to eat me. Oh, nice parry out of Angry Zooman. Following up with Harrier is a little bit tricky against somebody like Tech, though, because Tech really likes his sidesteps. And a lot of that is probably due to playing a couple of us who really like very bad homing moves. We joke about it because Tech didn't play ranked until he spent maybe 1-2 days doing it, and then suddenly he's in Warrior. The joke seems to be sidestepping is like high green, low yellow. Learning to duck is about the same thing. And you played the same people a lot. It seems like those skills sort of come in naturally, which is one of the nice things about playing with the nice ending. But one of the nice things about playing with the Giant Bomb fighting game community is you can usually find a game pretty much any night of the week. Oh, and that combo is so good on get-ups. He's got rage, does he? No. And there we go. Headshaker takes the first one. And now, as is good and proper, we will sit here and desperately wish that the Tekken lobby system had a pass functionality. Instead, we can sit here and talk about the weather or that local sports ball team. Or, hey, Harada, fix the lobbies. Again. But, What is the association with Giant Bomb? So the Giant Bomb FGC Discord is a bunch of community members. Giant Bomb has been around long enough to have built up its own obscure little subculture on the internet. And we play all sorts of fighting games. And by we, I mean everybody else, because I don't play fighting games. I play Tekken. Because I'm bad at every other fighting game I've ever played. Some people would say I'm bad at Tekken 2, but, they're not wrong. Anyway. So right now, there is an active scene for a number of games. Tekken, Street Fighter V, the profusion of anime games. there's some people I think still playing Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't really keep an eye on that one. And yeah, it's a good time. It's good people. One of the nice things about most of the Giant Bomb community, and I think the Giant Bomb FGC Discord really exemplifies that, is there is a high emphasis on being pretty decent to one another. It's a nice place to hang out. Yeah, so that hashtag Tekken conversation room tends to get its share of business. While I'm at it, I think I'll just drop a quick link into the chat for access to the Discord channel for anyone who'd like to play any number of fighting games. And for anyone watching the archive, I'll also just throw it in the description of the video for YouTube. Oh. Yeah, that low sweep out attack is one of the worst moves, and by worst I mean best, that I run across, because it hits me on the get up every time. Someday I'll just like wait and eat it, but it won't be today. Oh, that was a nice launch out of it, and Zooman crawls out of the coffin on that one. Yeah, the spam of fours is a little bit rough when you're playing against somebody like Tech who can reliably. Oh, that is a very high launcher and a very quick end. But the Katarina's four spam, especially because they tend to be all highs and mids, is a little bit tricky to when dealing with somebody like Tech. The mix in of that low. I mean, it's a seeable low, that sweep kick that keeps knocking him down, but it's getting a lot of mileage out of it. Whenever I play Tech, my best option seems to be throws, which is always a little bit awkward. It's one of those things where you feel bad. And Tech rallies straight back for a couple. I wonder if there's another ending to that Katarina combo that might be a low, even if it's not a knockdown, just something to force the dedicated high mid blocks to have something else to think about. Ooh, blocked the first one, got eaten by the second, and there it goes. Headshaker with the win. Quote, seeable, end quote. All right, let's punch that on in. And while we're at it, I'm going to abuse my power and kick people out of my lobby so that I can get Mr. Lightning in, and we can play our first game of the second round. Thanks for taking care of that. Making sure that gets recorded. I assume it was Mr. Headshaker himself. All right. Whoop. I do that every time. I forget that I have to switch back out in order to actually play the game. So Lightning, fun fact, is the only person ever to make me seriously threaten to break a controller. Because Geese drives me insane. And he's really good at him. The constant strings are just like, I don't even know. What am I even doing here? I should just stop. And I've gotten a little better at dealing with it. So maybe we'll be okay. But for the most part, it's a ongoing struggle to not just sit down and cry whenever I play against Mr. Geese Howard. However, as mentioned, the fashion game, pretty on point. And here we go. The Duomo di Sirio stage probably favors him a little bit. Lightning is better at dealing with walls than I am. All right. One thing that I do know from previous plays is that 1-1-3-3 tends to work pretty well on. Oh, that tracked on me. Oh, I keep using Peacekeeper, that forward 4 to try to. Oh, that was nice, scooping me off the ground. I keep trying to use forward 4 and just getting eaten by that his own. Oh no! Stand up. What? I have some questions about that one. Oh, I know. I bumped one. Whoops. Let's not do that again. That was an unforced error on my part. Geese just throws so much damage out there. I don't think that's going to be enough, but I have a little bit of a chance here. Oh, no. Whoa. Oh. I couldn't stop. I couldn't get out of the flamingo. Oh, no. I couldn't drop back out of the flamingo without risking it, so I kept having to try to sidestep, and that doesn't end well. Fun days. Someday I will understand the intricacies of Geese Howard and not just have to YOLO my way through the entire thing. But it won't be today. All right. Let's see if I can collect myself. Deep breaths. Find my chi. Wait, I already used the other pants stroke. Damn it. Oh. There we go. Not so much. I like being able to hit that jackknife out of it, but then this happens. Oh, no, I thought I had that block, but I should be smarter on the get-up. That just comes out so fast. Air raid going into Flamingo allows for some pretty ridiculous stuff. I will stop doing that someday. I think that was a little too late. Ah, too slow. Nicely done, though. Having something be able to go through Peacekeeper is always a frustrating experience. Oh, nicely done. I was hoping I could pick him out because he likes that as a finisher sometimes. But nicely done, dude. All right, let me report that one in while I'm here. If I can get that button working. Cool. So, yeah, let's hop into. Let me pull it up real quick, just so everyone else can see what is going on. There we go. So here's what we're at right now. Headshaker and Lightning in the winners bracket semifinals, and we have a losers round one of one A Fashionable Host, one Tom Sinister, Angry Zooman, and PS Vam. I think we should just hop in and do that because we have such a small game. We'll just do the losers on camera this time. So I will go grab Mr. Tom Sinister, and oh, there we go. I didn't realize that it was actually open. So don't totally abuse that. Everyone, all 5 people who are on my friends list. So here we go. Trying to say my GGs and almost got stuck doing something silly like, I don't know, playing Kazuya. Ah, he had an invite he never closed. Crafty. So here we go. That 2-kick setup, it does not always work by any means, but when it does connect, it puts me in a pretty favorable position. Well. So that's always tricky. If you get in a corner, it's kind of hard to roll away from that back 3. Oh. Please go away. You're not my grandpa. Oh. Snuck that one out. Alrighty. Hop in and see how he reacts. See how Mr. Sinister responds. So, once we hop through this, we're going to have Vam and Zooman. And I keep, this is bad, but I keep misreading Vam's username as Varn. And I'm like, oh, right, who's that? Wait, there's not a Varn on my list. Proper kerning on your fonts is important, kids. I know you didn't expect to learn that sort of lesson watching a stream about a fighting game, but think about it. All right, and we are back at it. I don't know why I keep around this costume because it's kind of just offensive to the eye. Oh, right, electrics, those are a thing. Let's not do that. Yeah. Get up throws are kind of my my crutch. Oh, sure. Let's go with the noogie. Using that move always makes me uncomfortable. That's that rolling round kick that I've mentioned before. But it feels really bad because it's got armor, and I know it has armor. But getting hit, it's like, do I really want to get hit just to do that? And the answer is usually yes. Oh, not intentional. Yeah. That. Oh, nice low. His uppercut is cooler than mine. It's too bad. Oh, I gotta stop just preemptively throwing that out there. Oh, no. Oh, well, I'm just gonna sit here, take a nap, check my email. All right. Rub around. Let's get to it. Walls are bad. Oh. Oh. GG's, that jumped right out at me on that one. Cool. All right, let me go snag our next two. I almost called them gentlemen, but I mean, I don't know if they're gentlemen. I assume. They seem like nice enough folks, but here we go. Angry Zooman is confirming that he is not gentleman. Now we'll just listen to our synthesized pianos for just a little while longer. Let's just sort of play it through while I'm at it, for the benefit of I don't think I have time to do it. After this next round, I will actually just put the Discord link in the text chat in lobby, so anyone watching this can get that later. Get ready for the next battle. Lars, that is a surprise. But we'll see. I have never been able to understand Lars. He is... I'm starting to think that's a costume. That's a sure. But I think I have anime blindness. Every time I see him, it's just like, what? It's like the first time I ever played him. Every time. Put your flips away. It's getting away with him, though. Oh, nicely timed. I mean, this is what Vam does. The first tournament that he played with us, or the first one I played in with him, I ended a match up against him, and he just kept absolutely wrecking me with every rage drive he got. Like, he turns red, he hits the rage drive, and I eat it right in the face. But looks like Zooman might have figured a couple things out here. The Katarina block patterns are always still a little bit of a mystery. And in return, it seems like Vam is blocking a lot more of the mess this time. I'm not sure that flip is the most effective thing Lars has got. It seems like there should be an attack after he lands, sort of like how Katarina comes down out of her jump kick. And we're off to the races with another launch. Nice. And Mr. Zooman takes the round. All right. Cool. So, if Mr. VectorSpecter was doing his hostly duties instead of shirking them for real-life activities, I'm sure he would be able to mount a much more cogent analysis of the whole, hey, people keep saying Lars is getting better now. He's not just like basement tier all the time. And that certainly corresponds to my own experience. But I suppose we will have to just leave that for next time. For Tekken Tournament 9, where hopefully they're hopefully he and Soren and the rest of his crew are back, and we'll see what we're up to. But let's get the next match going, if the game would cooperate, and we will see what we see. The question to me is whether Vam goes back to his usual, goes back to Josie, or sticks with Lars. Because this Josie's not bad. You think he might have a good shot with him, but watching that Lars, it seemed like maybe that was a recent pickup. And back to Josie. Alrighty. Oh, Forgotten Realm. Okay. And enter your floor breaks now. Although I guess they did at least fix that bug for those who have not been keeping up with the ins and outs of Tekken. There was a bug that encouraged some absolutely disgusting floor break combos on this stage that they recently patched. That's certainly a costume. Yep. That combo, it doesn't look familiar or anything. All right, so just as a programming note, after this set, we will do losers round 2, which will be me versus the winner of this one, just so that when we get to the semifinals, we can roll straight. Nice, and Vam takes 2 in a row. Just so the loser of the semifinals can stay, and we can just roll straight into the next set there. So. And then we will go on to losers finals and grand finals, in that order. Who called that? I'm going to hear take this, you're finished in my sleep. But that was nice, and even that one up. All right. Another 25 seconds of musical interlude. Oh, right, while I'm at it. And go snag that invite. Oh, that's cool. You can't seem to just paste the dang thing. Oh no. There we go. B6VSNP. There we go. And given that there shouldn't be too much more traffic, should just sit there for the rest of the in and out traffic. I mean, should just sit there for the rest of the tournament. Anyway, as we load into the rubber game of this set, thanks everybody for hanging out. I noticed some names that do not appear to be in the tournament, which is a novel occurrence. Welcome. This is the Giant Bomb fighting game community bi-weekly-ish tournament, where we see if our near perpetual champion and possible God Emperor, one Headshaker, keeps his lofty title yet again. You two can join That Discord link is in the chat log and is in the Twitch channel, and will be in the YouTube description. But I'll shut up and go back to the actual important business, which is Vam eating a full combo in the face. I have some questions about Cowboy Josie, but oh, that was a nice parry. One thing about Vam's Josie is he does really like that low kick, so I can see how somebody who can actually parry, who is not me, would have some fun with that. Alright, now we place our bets on how long it takes to get to the rage. Oh, and we don't even get to the rage art. How sad. This one's going back and forth a little bit. Slick sidestep, but had a little bit of trouble cashing in on it after that that nice dodge. But the throw is enough to put him into poke territory, and Vam cashes in. There's something about those low, slow sweeps that I eat them all the time as well, but it's just like, oh, I can actually see that thing coming through, and then I then I completely fail to block it. But Katarina is dumping out a lot of damage at a time, but we got our rage art back. Should have set the pool for this one. Oh, well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, I guess. And round one with a rage art is just as good as a round one without, right? All right. Can Vam roll back in? Oh, and Zoom In cashes in. That was a good one. I do wonder if maybe Vam left a little bit on the table by starting with Lars, but all right, cool. So Zoom In wants to chill out here. We'll hop right into the next one. No, Zoom In, come back. There we go. There we go. Awesome. So we will finish this up, and then we can go winner semifinals, loser semifinals, and straight into the grand finals. Oh, lightning dropping the advice. After 1-3-2-4 throw to down forward 2 is Josie. If they do anything besides stay on the ground, it's a guaranteed launch. And now he's going to be even more infuriating. Well, I suppose we're all supposed to be getting better, even if it means I cry inside a lot. But we'll see where we're at. And here we go. Don't need to see my motorcycle this time. Big fan of it, though. Oh, he was watching me. Some people manage to wall kill. Reliably like interrupt me after that chop, but a lot of folks seems to have a lot of trouble with it. Oh, that was a nice launch. That high launcher is a guaranteed hit once the if the low hits as a counter hit. So. Oh, too slow on my rage art. Oh, nicely done, and we're back to 1-1. Oh, right. Got to go back to the quick ones. Go back to what works. Oh, nicely done. And we're back to 2-2. Oh, thought I'd backdashed enough of that. Got to mix it up every once in a while, right? All right. I'll take the first one, and we'll see what the second one brings us. I guess that's a decent enough answer there as far as like armoring through, because that Harrier doesn't do any damage by itself. It just like sits you there to get hit in the face with that armored high. So that might work. Did work there. I think we need some Skeletor in our lives. Cool. Now watch as he brings out the stunning surprise, and he happens to be like a pro-level Devil Jin player or something. For the next, like, 5 minutes, you just hear me sobbing over here. Oh. I'm just afraid Geese is going to come home right about now. Open up those doors and start Rashermaning my face off. I will... Alright. Why do I always jab through that? Panic Rage Arts are cool, right? That's one thing I've actually personally been trying to get better at. I use the air raid a lot to finish a round just because it, you know, works. But one of the big downsides of using air raid so much is people can pretty reliably roll out of it unless... there we go. There we go. Good game, Zoo. That first one, you had me pretty well scared. All right. Let's pull in our winners semifinalists. Where are those men? Mr. Lightning, Mr. Headshaker. The nice thing is, for once, I can just sit back and not have to worry about getting kicked in the head by one of these two. Five seconds. 4, 3. All right, so as a reminder to the audience, as per the rules that we flashed up earlier, in fact, see if I can pull those back up real quick while we're waiting. There we go. I just have to doing some on-the-fly promotional work. There we go. And I'll flip back real quick, but as you can see, double elimination first to 2, winners losers grand final first to 3. So these two have maybe up to 5 games to demonstrate what they've got. And to no surprise, as we wander on back, Geese versus Lily. That's the one I want. Perfect. My particular setup is not quite built for this kind of thing where everything is being done at one computer. So there's a little bit of a issue with displays, but we are off to a riotous start. Tech always tends to be good at blocking predictable strings better than most folks that we play with, so he might have a little bit of an edge with the heavy, consistent strings that Lightning likes with Geese. But on the other hand, looked like he was stomping his way back, but Headshaker cashes in. That was pretty nice, blocking that entire max mode string. Some of us, not naming names, but he's talking, would have just been like, oh, that's over, and eaten the back half of it. No wall splat, but didn't really matter. At this point, it's just like who can sneak in that low, and I suppose a sidestep chop will do you just fine too. Cool. So Mr. Headshaker, technician to his friends, goes up by 1. Watching these two play is fun because it's like I've played enough against Tech that it's like, oh right, he didn't have to Matterhorn anyone in that round. With me, it's like, oh, go fly for a while. It's kind of cool watching how someone who plays as well as Tech does sort of adapt to it here and there. Whereas some of our folks have been picking up new characters as they go along. It's kind of a bummer that Vector isn't doing it this week because he no longer is just the king of fashion Tekken with Gigas. He's now turning into a frightening Gigas on his own. I made the mistake of taking him lightly a couple games ago, and it's like, he's okay, but nope, he just pounded me straight into the dirt. It's like, help, I don't understand. But either way, Here we go, right back into round 2. Gone from black to blue and white to black. With our hashtag fashion Tekken. And Lightning is definitely out to a quick start. I'm good at understatement as he pounds a tiny French rich girl into the dirt. Here we go. These matches seem to very heavily just sort of come down to if you can find a hole in that very repeatable combo, you have a chance to do some work. That was nice seeing that low, though, and turning it into the launch on Mr. Headshaker's part. He comes right back to even at 1-1. Playing against Tech, I sometimes wonder why more people don't do throws, because it's my one equalizer when I play against him, and that geese throw always seems to come out of nowhere. Nice counter launcher, and that'll do it for this round. That was weird. Random yelling of die out of nowhere. Oh, that was a risky one, doing the back turn, and didn't quite pay off. But it seems like, might have spoken too soon. I was gonna say it seemed like he might be okay. Now we're back to almost healthy equivalence, and only one of these two has a Reppuken. Of course, Reppukens don't help when you're that close. Final round in the second match. Predictable? I guess this is turning into who can throw the other first, but that was a slick parry on Lightning's part to turn it back around. Nice. Lightning comes back to even the set at 1-1. Ten seconds of wishing for better lobbies. It's the price we pay for good Tekken, I guess. I just had a friend who does not play fighting games text me asking, "Is this really what you play?" Yeah, because it's Tekken, and Tekken's great. What's going to be great is this next match. So you can come out and take the lead in our first to 3 for the finals. Winners finals. Not finals. ever could have guessed Lily versus Geese. But Forgotten Realm's an interesting stage for this. I know Geese has some floor breaks as part of his main combos, and I have no idea if Lily does. But if anyone does, I bet it's Tech. Some of Geese's moves look so weird, like the animations don't look right for whoever receives them. But getting away with a couple of the big hitters for Lily. Aided by the floor break makes that one pretty quick. Oh. Guessing that was not an intentional charge move, but suppose there could always be that desire to hunt out a really sweet counter hit. But Lightning's got him on the ropes this time. And evens it back up at 1. For having a floor break in the middle of it, that combo out of Geese wasn't too much, but looks like he's happily on his way to making up for it. Oh. That is a rough break for Tech, just sliding right over him. Well, looks like he might still poke it out. And not so much, but still anyone's game. I've been waiting for him to pull out that ending to the somersault, but it looks like it might not be enough here with Lightning just stomping straight through. Oh. Lightning takes that one. And one more, and he is sailing on to his spot. Well, it's not his spot yet. To a spot in the finals. But I don't think I've seen Tech down in a while. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I don't think I've seen him on the bottom side of a set like that. He's gonna have to find himself. Here we go. All these people in there punching. Don't you know that you're just supposed to kick? Kick some more. Maybe kick a little more after that. I mean, I like him. I'll forgive him for it, but it just seems a little wasteful to me. Kinder Gym. Home field advantage, right?
Round 1. Fight.
That little flip into the low kick. Tech does that a lot, but I'm not sure I'm sold on its effectiveness. Handy if you actually hit the flip, though. That's an interesting one. Haven't seen that one out of tech before, but he still gets put into the launcher and lightning cashes in. That's one of the things that I've sort of tried to get good at when playing against Geese, and clearly not succeeding, as earlier went. But there is that break when 2 in a row, tech on the ropes. But there is that break in that max mode combo that you can sort of jab through it if you're careful. That was a nice little sidestep out of the middle of it. Oh, tech takes one. Still an uphill climb, but I believe in him. That was a slick sidestep out of the overhead. Gotta watch out for that rage art, because one hit from that and you're done. Oh! Oh, wow. Oh, that is an ending. So lightning goes on to the finals. Headshaker and I will then do our thing as far as the losers bracket goes. And again, first to 3 for the losers bracket. And that I guess that puts Tech into an interesting spot as he played too many games in a row. Yeah. Has he made Is he going to be reaching the edges of his endurance? Spoilers, no. And on the same side, have I been out too long? Have I gotten up some rust over those 3? All right, so I'm hyping it up, and I know it's okay, but we'll see what happens. See how it goes. Because in the shocker of the millennium, we have a Hwoarang Lily game. Devil's Pit. That might. I mean, as far as those goes, both of us tend to have pretty similar wall games. So I wouldn't say that it's better, but I get a little flustered around the wall because he's got all of his crazy sweeps and stuff. Oh, that one was pulled out of somewhere dark. Oh, there's the Matterhorn. He saved it just for me. Oh, and there's 7 golden letters. I guess I should take that trade. Oh, nicely done. I shouldn't have tried to throw out of it. Oh! I was hoping I could get out that jab, but no good. Tech takes the first. 0-1 to 0. Clearly not tired. There goes that hypothesis. Doesn't mean I can't blame it on rust, though. I guess I'd better bring out the big guns. For longtime watchers, you have definitely seen this one in your recent history, but I've decided it's the special occasions, dear. See if it gives me some good luck. Probably won't, but let's see. Got to find the center, or something like that. Rough counter hit. All right. Got away with one there. Normally he counters that throw. Got away with one there. That's 2 in a row that I got away with. And going over the low and off to the races again. Hey. I won't pretend that I meant to block that launch after the sweep, but I'll take it, bringing it back to 1-1. And we'll go right back in, won't we? Oh, no, I'm going with Hwoarang Classic. Well, no, Hwoarang Classic's the other one. This, I guess, is new Hwoarang. Same look. New great taste, question mark? I don't know. That probably just makes the deer head, I don't know, Moxie or something. And here we go. I have already taken one game off of him, which is better than I have done in both of the last 2 runs where I have encountered Mr. Headshaker. So I'm playing with house money now, right? Kicky house money. And we're going straight back to it, huh? Oh, he always does that. I don't know why I walk into it every time. I'm programmed. Oh, nicely done on Tech's part. I was trying to do an air raid there because doing a high medium low block is sometimes a tricky proposition. Oh, okay. Must let go a little early. Oh, that was... I should have seen the rage drive coming, but that was nice. Tech goes up 2-1. He is almost back to the grand finals for the 8 billionth time in a row. Guess I'm all that's standing in his way. That's a depressing thought. Well, we'll see what happens. Can't do Huarang Classic. Dance with the one that brung you here. Go back to the deer. Deer big on kicking. Or, well, not really. In fact, one could say they don't kick at all. Look at those scrawny little legs. But this deer does. So here we go. After another 8 hours of syncing, a completely superfluous get ready for the next battle animation. And here we'll go.
Round one. Fight.
As usual. We've played this game a billion times. That low. I eat it every time. Oh, that's a command throw. Let him crawl back out of the coffin. Well, that's probably going to do it, isn't it? Ah. GG sec. I'm shocked it happened that way. Just plain shocked. When we get back to there, I will invite Lightning back, and we'll see what happens. Boom. And as one final plug, as we are going to, we are roaring towards the finish line here. Take a look over here at our tree so far. Lighting and Headshaker. Headshaker must win 2 sets of 3 in a row if he is going to retain his title. Otherwise, we will have ourselves a new champ. But as discussed, this is the Giant Bomb Tekken 7 fighting game community tournament number 8. Mr. VectorSpecter will hopefully be back next time, but in the interim, I am here, and we are available over at Discord. I will make sure that the link is in the VOD below. It is in the chat right now. You should come hang out. It is a lot of fun. So let's hop back over so you can be shocked along with me that it's Lily versus Geese. Boom. Just getting everything in line, just getting all the tournament stuff set up just in time for Vector to come back and do his awesome thing next time. He's even got music. But here we go. Some old friends of mine would say, so far, up until just now, it was a very positional game, where positional is a technical term in chess for boring. But here we go. Looks like there was just enough an opening for Mr. Headshaker to take advantage. The Lightning's fighting right back out. And eventually you're going to miss one of those, I guess. Just has to sort of happen, right? Not enough, though, and Headshaker takes round 1. Finally, we get a break, and off to the races on Lightning, putting Lily into the dirt. And he takes a round. We're tied back up. I've never seen the second one. That catch somebody quite so off, but put him in a deep hole really quick. Tech back at it. 2-1 in game 1 of our finals. Hard to argue with the Geese Howard shoulder block, though. There are all those ridiculous wall combos with Geese. I'm not sure if Lightning has played those into his arsenal, but be a quick way to end that. Instead, we're going to have him fighting out of a tiny sliver of health. But he does to tie it back up at 2 apiece. Again with the sweeps. That was a nice little exchange with Lightning sort of deked in a little bit to trigger that big long kip up and made him pay with a Rapukin. That was cool. So, game 1 of the first of 2 possible sets goes to Lightning. Do our 25-second stretching before we can get to the next one. just like to give a shout out to the folks who've been hanging out throughout this. We've got some people in here I recognize and some that I do not. Couple migrants from Vector's channel, I'm sure. But we do this every other week, folks. Every other Friday. Personally, it's a nice schedule for me because I do our local Boston locals. That's a little redundant. Are every Friday, but I go about every other week because getting down there is a bit of a pain, and I have this to fill in the other time. It's a good time. And if you are thinking about playing a few games of the best fighting game in the world, asterisk, this is only my opinion, you should come hang out with us. That geese looks like he's some trouble.
Round one. Fight.
I gotta think the geese has some better stuff after that counter hit low, but knowing lightning, it might just be too much of an effort to whiff it. And you get a parry, but it doesn't quite pay off as Headshaker takes the first. Back even yet again. I guess this is turning into an any given night between these two. Yeah, those wall issues are starting to become apparent for both of them. Momentum seems to change as soon as somebody hits a wall themselves. But we have Headshaker pull that out to go 2-1. That one was a resounding victory. This one's starting off the same way, but one thing with these two, you never quite know when it turns around. Won't be this time though, as lightning goes up 2-0 in the set. Oh, here it goes. Now we're cooking with gas, aren't we? Cooking with geese. I apologize, that was awful. But Lightning only has one more to win this week's tournament. But as we have seen approximately a billion times before, that's not to say that it's going to go down that way. Bit of an uphill climb, though. All right, press those X buttons, and let's hop back in. Taking a little longer than usual, but hey, that's just Tekken. Just Tekken things.
Get ready for the next battle.
All right, back to the floor break stage.
Round one. Fight.
This has been a rough time before, but that was a quick lead for Headshaker, but it only takes like 2 or 3 hits out of, well, it's more like 6 out of Geese to just put right back into contention. Oh. For 2 to sidestep out of that slide, and Lightning takes it. Fortuitous. Oh, predictable. Calling that fortuitous might be unkind. He might have seen that coming. I just throw out side steps as a bit of a guess sometimes, so shouldn't project like that. It's always weird when that second one hits after the low that auto combos it out of Headshaker. And we are out of floor breaks. Corners are a bad place to be. And the jab fest ends with evening this one up. That was a good time. A good time for a low block, because that one is extremely minus. It's not gonna be enough, and Headshaker takes it. 2-1. Once again, out to a very rapid start, but even it up. This one's winner go home for Headshaker. Tech better take it. Oh, we are done here. Again in the hole. Again fighting back out of it. Gotta have the max kicks. It's gonna be close. Oh, and we keep going as Tech manages to fight it back to 2-1 in the set. Not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised. Not that I should ever be surprised that Headshaker can roar right back into it, but I was after the way the last two had gone, I kind of expected the breaks to keep going Lightning's way. So we'll have to see how this shakes out. Swap those two around and get back to it. Oh, man. Looks like we're going to come in a little quicker than usual, depending on how this shakes out. I suppose we could probably bump this up a little bit if this and another one goes the distance, but it's been a good time. I'm used to having Vector pressing all the buttons when I occasionally hop in and just goof off and deal with my fashion Tekken specialty. Gives you a new appreciation of it. Having to be like, oh, right, things are happening. I have to be like calling on my entirely too many games, getting my head kicked in by these two for some trenchant commentary. But here we go. I think that's the first time that geese throw has been broken all night. That one, on the other hand, is gone pretty much literally unbroken. That one came down to the wire for both of them, but we're going to go up 1-0 Lightning. I've heard these same voice barks from these two so often, at this point it's lost all meaning. Lightning's got him down past half. Oh, and this could be it. 2-0 Lightning. We are back on the ropes for Headshaker. That was weird. Ended up back turned after getting hit by that Rapukin. That's a lot of hits. That's a lot of damage. And Headshaker is in trouble. Oh, and that will do it. That is 3-1. And Lightning is gonna take it. Well, we have a new champion. Not even a champion through absentia, but a new champion overall. Cool. So that was a thing. Awesome. And I think that's going to do it for all of us. We have definitely, pardon the hilarious noise, enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so, again, thanks for hanging out. This was the Giant Bomb Fighting Game Community 8th Tekken 7 tournament, or 8th as far as, like, Vector's counting is concerned. But, yeah, we do this every other week. And I guess we'll check back next time to see if somebody's going to take a run at the new king. So congrats to Lightning. Thanks to everybody who played through. And we'll catch you next time, you know? See you later.